Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCT and PBS SoCal, and I'm joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. How's everyone today?
Well, thank you.
Carla, we just got word that the UC schools will not ask applicants for SAT or ACT scores. Why is that so significant?
Well, it's significant because there's been this research that has shown that there's this equity and disparity issue with the tests, that wealthier students with more resources tend to do better on them. So after many hours of discussion, the regents voted 23-0, so all in favor of ending the use of the SAT and the ACT scores in admissions. But there'll be this kind of bridge of sorts. Those tests are already optional for admission next fall because of COVID-19. Then after that optional period, students could still submit scores for things like placement and scholarships, but the scores won't be used in the admissions process. And another part of this is that the university will try to identify or try to develop a new test that doesn't have the same challenges or issues that they see in the SAT and the ACT. And this is all significant because the UC system is big, and what they've decided to do could really affect what other schools choose to do too.
Also today, Jackie is a part of a team of editors and reporters in our newsroom and across the country. They worked with the New York Times, the Baltimore Sun, to take a deeper look at what's happening inside nursing homes.
Yeah, we looked at the data and we found that race and Latino origin turned out to be a major predictor of whether a nursing home has a COVID-19 outbreak. That's even after accounting for a facility's location, federal quality rating, size, and even the infection rate in the surrounding community. We really wanted to go deeper with the story, so we looked at what happened at one really hard-hit nursing home here in LA, Buenaventura Post-Acute Care Center, to try to understand really how the virus spread. I spoke with Alma Lara Garcia. She's a certified nursing assistant who worked at Buenaventura. She ended up getting infected with the coronavirus and she shared her experience. You can find the whole story at laist.com, but we know that it is a continuing problem. For example, we found out today that more than half of the COVID-19 deaths in LA County have been people who live or work in nursing homes.
Our newsroom has also been following efforts to reduce prison populations to cut the spread of COVID. Today on Air Talk, Natalie produced a segment really looking at re-entry for those prisoners into society and the challenges they face.
So for context, about 5,300 inmates have been released from LA County jails due to the coronavirus. That's about a third of the county jail population. There have been some concerns this might affect public safety. Today, Sheriff Villanueva of LA County told us that overall crime rates have continued to go down. Now, we know that reentry is difficult in the best of times, finding employment and jobs. It's much more challenging now. We talked with Ingrid Archie of a New Way of Life Reentry Project, who pointed to the fact that government offices where you would get your driver's license or the documentation that you need to even apply for government services, those offices are closed. So that's just one barrier out of many in people moving on with their lives after incarceration right now.
And finally today, Frank has been following the ongoing battle between the Los Angeles Sheriff Civilian Oversight Commission and Sheriff Villanueva.
This is a story about LA Sheriff resisting stronger oversight. In March, as you know, voters gave the commission the power to subpoena testimony and documents from the Sheriff's Department. But Sheriff Alex Villanueva was a no-show today after the panel issued its first subpoena to talk about a growing number of COVID cases in the jails. The sheriff maintains sheriffs are not subject to such oversight. The commission will now ask a judge to hold him in contempt, setting up a court battle that could have reverberations across the state. The panel also promptly issued its second subpoena for documents involving deputies who took photos at the Kobe Bryant crash site. The commission's inspector general is looking into whether the sheriff tried to cover that incident up. Again, the sheriff says they don't have the right to that information and will have to hear about it when he releases his own internal investigation to the public.
Well, thank you so much to all of you at the KPCC and LAist newsroom. And thank you for tuning in. Take care of your health, take care of your families, and we will see you tomorrow.